Hey YouTube, Mark Hoffman here, and today I want to talk about a very special knife. This knife has a specific relation to what I do for a living right now. And right now I am a watchmaker. I repair and restore vintage watches. And this is a vintage Ocean watch from the 1940s. And this piece I bought in a parts lot, and I was able to get it back up and running. Let's get it wound a little bit here. You can see it is running. And we have a wonderful patina on this thing. There was probably some water that had gotten into it, but when it came to the movement, it was in tip-top shape and was an easy service. But the reason why I'm talking about this watch and then this knife is because this knife is very special. It's a very unique piece, and it is a Victorinox Pocket Pal. But let me first get this watch out of the way, and let me show you the knife. It is a Victorinox Pocket Pal branded by Omega. I think that is very special indeed. I was able to pick this up for a relatively good price, and before anybody asks, this knife has already been sold. I have sold this knife. It was more of a flip for me, and the client is going to be getting this pocket slip with it. This knife is probably from the 80s. Try and get into focus here. Probably from the 80s, and you can see it does have some use. But the blade itself is in really good shape. No abuse was done to it. And I did tell the client that I would sharpen this up for him, so it is nice and sharp. This piece probably is from the 80s and 90s and was given to clients who bought a knife from Omega. Not bought a knife, bought a watch from Omega. And they probably were given this as a promotional item, or this was given to sales associates as an award. And as you can see, that this knife is in fantastic condition. It still has its wonderful snap and close, snap open, and it is just in impeccable shape. It really is a fantastic little piece, and I had actually debated on, let me see if I can get that into focus, debated on keeping this for my own personal collection, but I decided not to because it just was too much of a profit. I had a individual send me an offer on it through Instagram, and I was just messaging a few people that I had actually found one of these, and one of them, and forgive me, that is just covered in oil. It's not damaged, it's just covered in oil. There we go. I told that individual that this knife was probably from the 90s, and it was probably given to employees and probably also given as promotional items. And he said, you know what, I don't really care about the history. I want this to match with my 1990s Omega. And I said, well, I mean, that's fair. I mean, you can definitely have that. And he said, well, I'll definitely take it off you. And I said, well, I mean, I wasn't really planning on selling it this quick. I literally just picked it up out of the mailbox. And he said, look, I'll give you this much for it. And I was like, well, okay, I cannot. Let's just say he gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. So this is going to be going to England, and the client is going to be very happy with this piece. He does do a lot of photography on Instagram. He has not given me the liberty to expose who he is. So if he finds this video and comments below and reveals himself, then there you go. You know who has this knife. But I have never seen one of these before. I've never seen a knife branded by Omega like this. I have seen them where they're black and they say Omega here, and then they've got a picture of a watch. I've also seen them say Omega wristwatches, and then Victorinox. But I haven't ever seen them just simply branded Omega, and in a wonderful, wonderful Merlot red. I just think this is a beautiful scale color, and you can see the scales are still in wonderful condition. The nickel silver pins are in wonderful shape. The back spring, no damage, maybe some slight wear. You just can tell that this was definitely not abused and probably wasn't carried too much. And then there is the tag stamp. So you savvy Victorinox collectors out there probably may be able to say when this was made, but I've gauged it to be about 80s or 90s. And it's just a fantastic, fantastic little knife. I hope he really enjoys this knife and enjoys the leather slip it will come in. Fits really nicely in there, and we'll keep it safe. But I just thought you guys would enjoy seeing this knife. This is just something that's special to me and was somewhat difficult to let go. But when you get an offer you can't refuse, there's a reason why they call it an offer you can't refuse. So hope you guys enjoyed seeing this Omega branded Victorinox Pocket Pal. I don't think you'll ever see one like it, and if you do, snatch it up. You probably will not regret it, because there are some serious Omega collectors out there that are willing to spend some serious money to have something like this. And if you do have one of these out there in the YouTube world, I'd love to hear your story of how you acquired it. I have talked to a few watchmakers, and they do have a few of these, but they don't use them. They collect them. Even watchmakers collect these things, so hence why I had it. But I thought you guys would enjoy seeing this. I really just don't want to stop looking at it. It's so unique. But gotta end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this unique not watch, but unique knife. And if you guys have one that's like this, let me know in the comments. Let me know how you got that knife. Let me know the history behind that knife, because I would love to be able to know the history and understand more about this model, because there's so few of them out there. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this just relaxing talk about this specific knife. I mean, I don't know much history about it, so I wasn't really able to indulge myself with that, but just enjoying seeing a knife like this and seeing something like this that actually exists. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you are so inclined, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel. I love talking to you guys about your knives, and some of you have actually reached out to me and talked to me about watches. So, hey, there's a lot of different things we can collect, and I hope you guys comment and subscribe. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you may be.